Thursday afternoon affair. Greg Anthony. And all fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for the Lakers right now, Cole out there with Russell. And it's Hibbert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And Robin Lopez, last season, he missed about 6 weeks with that broken hand. But freak injuries aside, he's been pretty durable over the course of his career. Had played in all 82 games the previous 2 seasons.
Now here's Aflalo following the miss by Kobe Bryant. Aflalo the pass to Porzingis. It's tipped. And here's Kobe. Randall kicks to Clarkson. Randall dishes to Bryant. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Some nice passing by New York here. The dish now to Aflalo. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Well, nobody said, Greg, being in the NBA was for the faint of heart. The Knicks in a few short years have gone from a playoff team, unfortunately, to the worst team in the NBA.
Hard to fathom, Kevin, that the Knicks did enter last season with playoff aspirations, but that quickly vanished. They were just completely overmatched and overwhelmed.
And so Aaron Aflalo nails both of them.
You know, the Knicks made the playoffs every season between 1988 and 2001. It's kind of strange now to see the Knicks struggle to get into the playoffs so often. Only 3 trips in the playoffs the last 10 seasons.
Now here's Kobe. Over to the wing. Here's Clarkson. No good on the 3. On defense, the Lakers. Outside Anthony. It's deflected, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. Lakers ball. And the Lakers with possession here. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter.
And listen, the pressure is always because of where the team is. Being in New York can have its advantages, but it comes with expectations that your team will be in the postseason.
And it's the Knicks with the ball after the basket by Los Angeles. Anthony with the screen on Randall. Lopez.
For the start. They're still trying to find their stroke.
And they take the lead.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
For New York, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Aflalo the pass to Lopez. Lots of room. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
Kobe goes in. Outside, Russell. Anthony against Bryant. Clock at 6. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And then Hibbert with the dunk.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Here's Porzingis after the basket by the Lakers. No luck. Great tee that time from Hibbert. And for Kobe Bryant, how difficult was last season? Starting out strong, even though the team, Greg, around it wasn't very good. But then everything, including Bryant, fell to pieces.
And when you're a competitor, the way this guy is a competitor, you can't stand to lose. So you push your body to the limit to avoid that. But what happens at age 36 when you've got the kind of miles that Kobe Bryant has, you know, you just can't go it alone. That's why Kobe lasted only 35 games.
Here's Russell after New York gets the 3. Hibbert up top. screen by Russell. And it's Hibbert missing.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converted. Defense stood tall there.
Galloway kicks to Aflalo. To the inside. Here's Lopez, and it's sent back by Russell. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one's on Anthony.
And, you know, one thing that comes to mind with Kobe is his incredible dedication to winning. I mean, you wonder if that has turned off potential free agents. Maybe he's a bit too competitive, but, you know, when you're in the business of competing, hard for me to imagine you can be too competitive.
With Kobe and his competitiveness, it is something that he's coped with. Said it took him a while in the league, Clark, to realize not everyone loves basketball as much as he does.
Yeah, you know, even if you don't have the same kind of drive that has propelled Kobe all these years, I think you have to respect him for it. It shouldn't be a problem for potential free agents, in my opinion.
Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. New York trailing. Grant with the ball. Williams picks him up. 51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Passes it to Serafin. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
You know, that's hard to explain, that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Stolen by O'Quinn. Here's Calderon. Can't tie it up as that one misses. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. And again, the Lakers no good.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
They set the pick. Grant kicks to O'Quinn. He nails it, and we're tied up. And it's Bryant in the corner. Got it! Got it! What a shot!
And that's a big bonus for him to end the quarter as he just beats the buzzer.
That's superb clock management there, maximizing every second of the clock in that situation. Well done.
And a chance to hear from former number 2 overall pick Derek Williams about his focus offensively.
Just get into the basket more, you know.
2 huge improvements for him. Greg, can he do more?
Definitely. He's already taken a big leap forward, and there's plenty more room for him to grow. He could become a real beast in this league.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
Greg, they haven't given up a lot of easy chances at all.
Kyle Quinn out there with Kevin Serafin. Then it's Anthony. Then there's Grant. And it's Calderon in at the 2. They're the group New York will start the second with. Now, here is Russell. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Passes shot. Good.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
The Knicks shooting about 42% so far. Calderon dishes to Carmelo. Grant against Russell. Shoots the 3. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. The Lakers weren't very good at all last season, Clark, and they just didn't have any teeth in their road games.
Well, you know, they shot threes on the road well, Kevin. Top percentage in the league, as a matter of fact. Still, they just couldn't hold on to leads.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Zinkas is checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Flalo comes in for Jose Calderon. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Grant. Lopez, he's checked in for Kevin Serafin. Clarkson, he's checked in for the Lakers. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Galloway, the pass to Aflalo. Outside Anthony. Some nice passing by New York here. And there's the pass to Aflalo. Shoots from 12. Rebounded by Clarkson.
And the Lakers would end with a road record of 9-32. That is a franchise worst for them and sums up the year they had away from Staples.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number one for them right now.
Now here's Anthony. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And it's Roy Hibbert with the rebound.
You know, looking at the Lakers, a big thing for them as we get back to their road woes is they didn't win a single game on the road in their division. In a word, that's terrible.
Aflalo outside to the middle. Shoots from the elbow. Jump shot is good.
It is so hard to contain. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
It's really a good picture of what not to do on those last two possessions. I mean, they're being way too casual with the ball.
It's going to cost them if they keep it up. They need to get back to playing smart basketball.
And the Lakers making a change here. Randall's checked in.
Keep it going. One more time. Let me hear it for your Nick City Dancers.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Porzingis. Dishes to Aflalo. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Hard to believe this, but Carmelo feels as if he's been underrated as a superstar to this point in his career. And I'm sure there are a lot of conflicting opinions on that topic.
Now, here is Young. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. He kicks to Hibbert. 5 to shoot. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Hibbert's got the lead up to 4 now for the Lakers.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Now here's Aflalo. A step back shot here. Second shot opportunity, and he lays it up and in. Porzingis has got his first 2 points.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Russell kicks to Hibbert. Here's Clarkson. Can't hit. Excellent D there from Aflalo. The ball here in the second quarter. A putback, and Lopez throws it down. And that'll tie this game up.
That is a booming putback. Step aside, fellas.
They wanted nothing to do with him there.
At least not with the ball in his hands and the rim in his sight.
And Young, here we go. Goes back up. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And who has been a greater enigma than Roy Hibbert, a guy who can look like an all-star Clark one game and an undrafted free agent the next?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing the kind of swings Roy has had. He's been really good at times. Sometimes he gets in his own way with overthinking things, but I think he's got everything he needs to be an upper-tier center, upper echelon center. Just has lacked consistency the last year or two.
There's 1:40 left in the first half. Grant outside to the paint. Here's Aflalo. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And on the topic of Hibbert, he was an enigma in college, had a very encouraging junior season, looked like a future lottery pick, and then that uninspiring senior season, which kind of dropped his draft stock considerably.
And that one good from Clarkson. We've got 1:08 left in the first half of the game. Grant outside. feeds it to Aflalo. Looks a big height bounce and goes in. Aflalo's got 6.
You know, going back to Hibbert, last season was a perfect example of what we're talking about in terms of consistency. One game he puts up 22 and 8, the next game 2 and 1. But you know, every team in the league would like to be in the Roy Hibbert game once the light finally goes on and stays on. Consistency the challenge for Hibbert.
Here's Randall. The basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Good call.
Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for the Knicks. Calderon comes in for Aaron Aflalo. The Lakers also with the sub. Robert Sacre, he's checked in for Roy Hibbert.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
On the wing, Williams. Back to Kobe. And he banks in the layup. Kobe's got 4 points in the quarter.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
And that concludes the first half.
Kobe, what encourages you in what you've seen from the team's offense?
We're playing hard. Our bigs are really working tonight. They're really running the floor well. They're rolling to the basket with a purpose.
Kobe, appreciate the time as always. Gentlemen.
Thank you.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Some incredible work in this one by Kobe Bryant. He had 13 points and 3 assists. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
You know what jumps out at me? Their efficiency on the offensive end. They shared the basketball. Good shot selection. They showed a lot of patience, and that patience will be tested the rest of the way.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
It will really help their cause to get to the line more. It's a close game. Every point matters. The team that usually wins a game like this is the more aggressive team, pushing the ball, taking it hard to the paint. That's the team that's going to get rewarded.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to...
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You look at Kobe Bryant in this game, I mean, he has been everywhere.
We talk so often about making your teammates better, and his ability to see the floor and then make those passes on time in that first half was the key.
Boy, I tell you what, they say he's not a playmaker, but he certainly has fooled me with the way he's performing right now.
And on the floor for Byron Scott as we get into the second half. Kobe and Randall, the forward duo. Russell is out there with Jordan Clarkson, and it's Hibbert in at the center position.
Well, clearly the Lakers were not a great team. I mean, they did have one of their better bench units last season. They led the league in points off the bench, but that was more an indictment of the quality of the starters than the firepower of the bench.
Lakers leading by 8. Bryant, that's for 2. And it's out of bounds, and they say last touch by Bryant. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Here's Anthony, and Hibbert with the block. The feed to Russell, and here's the fast break. Randall leading it all the way. A 3-ball. Kobe can't get that one to fall. Knicks trail by 8. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
You look at the numbers for Robin Lopez, Clark, they won't blow you away, but his impact is a lot bigger.
Exactly, Kevin. I mean, he's unselfish as a player, does all the little things. He's not focused on his numbers or shot attempts, and that's a welcome deal for coaches and teammates. He just wants to help his crew win.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Brandon Bass is checked in for Randall. Young is subbed in for Jordan Clarkson. New York calls timeout.
And speaking of the intangibles for Robin Lopez, he's great at boxing out for rebounds and setting screens offensively. Again, things that there really aren't stats that are kept, but those are ways you can impact the game. And those are the kind of plays that often go overlooked. And Lopez, or as they like to call him, Rolo, an elite rim protector. Just a really good shot blocker, but he doesn't chase blocks. He just challenges every shot inside without fouling.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Galloway, no good.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Lakers leading by 7. Outside Bryant. He feeds it to Bass. Young outside from deep three-point range, and the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Now Aflalo. He's got 9. Anthony kicks to Galloway. Pass to Porzingis. 6 to shoot. Anthony on the wing. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And right before Carmelo went down with the injury last season, it seemed like he had added the fadeaway to his game, molded a little bit after Dirk Nowitzki.
Carmelo's reasoning was that he had been burned enough by Dirk's fadeaway, he had to adapt.
That's a great fadeaway to borrow from for sure. I mean, Melo already has a mid-range game, terrific mid-range game, and this shot makes that even deadlier.
And Anthony drops them both.
Listen, the Knicks had a hard time scoring last year, just lacked any real presence in the paint, and lacking that paint threat makes things easier for the opposing defense.
Bass dishes to Young. Again, Young missing.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Galloway kicks to Anthony. New York moving it around. Now the dish to Aflalo. Passes to Galloway. Buries the long-range jumper. Galloway has got 6. You know, at the Knicks, they were second to last in field goal percentage from their front court. Granted, they were hit by injuries. It seemed like all over the place all season.
Yeah, you know, with that poor field goal percentage shooting and being top 3 in field goal attempts on the year, not a good combination.
And the Lakers with possession here. After New York gets the 3. Here's Kobe. Misses off the right eye.
And off the mark.
The pass to Porzingis. Aflalo outside. He dishes it to Anthony. Back to Aflalo for the lead. Here's Lopez. Can't hit. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Young passes to Kobe. Back to Young. Shoots from the line. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And guys, it looked like Nick Young had finally put it all together. I mean, he had a huge campaign 2 years ago, signs a new 4-year deal. Then last year, disaster strikes. I mean, he provided very little to the team outside of shooting the basketball. And even with that, he dropped to a career worst, 37% from the field.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Kevin Serafin is checked in for Lopez. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis. Jose Calderon is checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And it's Grant in for Langston Galloway. Calderon kicks to Grant. Back to Calderon. Dishes it to Grant. Pass to Seraphin. Taken away. Now the Lakers on the break. Williams is running. Bryant's shot is good.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Here is Seraphin following the basket by Kobe Bryant. And the shot is good. Greg, get back to Young. It's tough to completely judge him on last year's numbers because he was fighting through knee injuries, ankle injuries, all kinds of things. Clark only played 42 games.
Yeah, but when he's right, he can light it up. I mean, he's a go-to scorer, but he just never got right last season.
Derek Williams, he checked in for New York. The Lakers also changing it up. Julius Randle's checked in for Bass. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Russell.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. On occasions last year, the Lakers were all right on offense. Other times, they were just stagnant. There was just no motion, nothing going on.
That's a great point. And their ball movement could use some work. A lot of ISOs last season, and it killed a lot of the flow the team had in the half court.
Now, here's Clarkson. Stolen by Seraphin.
And with the time left, they still can go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to do it fast. They must hurry from here.
That's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. Calderon dishes to O'Quinn. LA's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Williams passes to Randle. It's Kobe Bryant on the wing. Kicks it to Williams. 5 to shoot. Here's Clarkson. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Clarkson's got 6. Grant outside. Williams outside. No good. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Lakers on top. They lead by 5. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Knicks trail by 5. Robin Lopez out there with Porzingis. Then there's a Aflalo. Then it's Anthony. And it's Galloway in at the 5. That's the 5 for New York right now. There's Galloway. Down low. Here's Lopez. And he dunks it down.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the score by New York. 6 on the shot clock. Hibbert inside. Lopez covering, and it's Hibbert missing. The Knicks shooting 41% for the game. It's Anthony with the drive, and Aflalo kicks to Anthony. Back to Aflalo. Wide open look, and right through it goes.
Knicks trail 43-44.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. To the inside. Here's Randle, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Man, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
New York calls timeout.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek Fisher had some words for his team over that last break. He said, no time to waste, fellas. We've got to pick it up right now if we're going to make a comeback and try to win this thing. Let's go all out. Back to you.
Here's Lopez. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
And at this stage of a tight game, the tired legs really start to show. A defense becomes vulnerable if you can continue to pound it inside.
Pass to Porzingis. Here's Galloway. He's guarded by Russell. Galloway, the pass to Porzingis. Aflalo dishes to Anthony. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now here's Williams. Here's Hibbert. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
And really, after trailing the entire game, they've got to be feeling good about evening things up.
I certainly would be feeling good. Fourth quarter, momentum with them, ahead of steam. They've got to be feeling confident now.
Bryant is checked in for the Lakers. Got that bucket in no time at all. Bryant's got 10 points here in the second half. Knicks have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. It's Anthony with the drive, and it's sent back by Russell. They recover it. Inside, it's tipped. Lopez with the steal. Porzingis passes to Galloway. He kicks it to Carmelo. Nice D from Russell. The Lakers in the lead. Oh, here comes Williams all alone. Oh, that's blocked. Up the floor. A pull-up. And he hits the jump shot.
He's got the touch they needed here as this one goes down to the wire.
Yeah, 4 of 4 this quarter, making buckets under duress.
Now here's Kobe. Feeds to Bass. Back to Bryant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Outside Williams. And it comes off the front of the rim. For New York, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. There's a good screen. Deep 2 from Anthony. Anthony missing again.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Beyond the arc. The Knicks pull it in. Porzingis has got rebound number 8 now on the night. There's Galloway. The feed to Anthony. There's the dish to Galloway. Trying to get open is Lopez. Galloway with the bucket. And the Knicks lead by 4.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. 1:16 left in the fourth quarter. The Knicks making a switch here. Grant's checked in. The Lakers also changing it up. Julius Randle comes in for Brandon Bass. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Lou Williams. Took him no time at all on that one. 25 points for Kobe Bryant. New York calls timeout. They lead by 2. We've got 1:08 left in the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Brandon Bass is checked in for Randall. World Peace comes in for Russell. And Nick Young is subbed in for Jordan Clarkson. Here's Lopez. A rebound by Young. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. The steal. 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Grant gets a wide open look. New York, no good that time either. To the middle, it's stolen by Anthony. And pushing it up, here's New York. Grant leading the charge. Aflalo with it. Picked up by World Peace. Anthony against Young. The drive by Anthony.
Still a chance here, but they need to score.
I really agree, but it has to happen on every possession. They need points every trip.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
They do it. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
2 shots.
And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 3-point lead. Los Angeles calls timeout. They're losing by 3. 15 seconds left in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to go for the 3. A quick, easy bucket inside will do.
Well, I think the clock's a little short here for that. I mean, I'm not quite sold on the quick 2. I think they've got to look for a quality 3 to try to tie this thing up.
And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it. I mean, hey, it's been a tremendous all-around performance from this group. I don't think there's any question about that.
Kobe, that's for 2. Buries it. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're ahead by 3. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. 3 from the inbound. Can't connect. So a close game sees New York take this one. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, and they got pushed down the stretch, but they did what they needed to do and held their ground when it mattered most and got the W.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Carmelo, how were you able to take control of this game and pull out the win here tonight?
We willed our way to this win. It wasn't easy. We knew it was going to be a battle, but they came back, made some runs. We stuck with it, and we won the game tonight.
Carmelo, thank you. Kevin, sometimes it's more about the will than the skill.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once.
Got a fresh line up, yeah, fresh outfit. But I had a parking lot on smash. Plus I got a 7 with a 454 in the hood. Got 125 on the dash.